What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back at you with another video. And today we're going to be finishing off this mock draft round. Well, actually, no, we aren't. Just kidding. Got you. It's round 3 of 4. So this is the last one I'm going to be pre-recording. So it's the last one I'm going to be making for a little bit. But this is before the first round mock drops. So, of course, if you guys have any comments, we're going to be putting that towards in this coming up week's video, which, of course, then please give your feedback because I want to continue making them better for you guys. But at number 65, the Jags are on the board, and we have somebody very special who's fallen. And you could go after Trey McBride here, but Lewis Cine is the last safety on the board that fits that strong safety mold, stealing him from the good old Leones. Speaking of the Lions, I think this would be a great spot to take Carson Strong, the 3rd round pick, take him and enjoy him even with those knee issues. 67 with the Texans. Honestly, I think this could be a good spot to go after a corner. Even like Mikael Wright, Kobe Bryant. I can see Kobe Bryant being on this team, so we're going to take him. Kobe Bryant, lock him in. Jets, this is Trey McBride. He's probably going to go earlier than this, but just based on how the draft fell, I think this is a great value for him. 69 with the Bears. I think tackle spot is fine enough. Jamari Sawyer can fill in if injuries happen, but he's a great guy to put in at left guard. I think that his versatility is going to be something that, similar to Robert Hainsey, speaking of a team that got him, is going to get him drafted a little bit higher. Number 70 with the Bucs. Now, this is going to be James Cook. Yeah, he's going to go a little bit higher this time. He's one of the best. Actually, they could go after a 3-down running back. They're going to go Zach Charbonnet. Yeah, I think that going after free agents like Giovanni Bernard, we might go 2 running backs, honestly, in this draft. Might be the best move, but yeah, with Keyshawn Vaughn, they probably would opt for Zach Charbonnet, especially with Leonard Fournette possibly leaving. And this pick for the Jags, since they got 2 of them, this is going to be Isaiah Likely. So, yeah, you don't get a wide receiver, but you get essentially a receiving tight end who is an absolutely dominant threat. 72 for the Seahawks. This is going to be Drake Jackson out of USC. His value is tremendous here. I do really like him as a player. So lock him up. Leaving the Falcons. I mean, we're just burning through players here because they're all worth it. Devontae Wyatt out of Georgia. Great fit on that defensive front. 74 with Washington. I think this would be a good spot to probably address that offensive line spot. Ed Ingram's a nasty dude, but of course we don't know who's actually going to be leaving at this point, which kind of sucks. So we're going to take Lakeisha Smith, thinking that maybe a team that is more Super Bowl ready will be one willing to pay a higher price tag for Brandon Scherff. So Lakeisha Smith, I'm a big fan of him. Really good player out of Virginia Tech. 75 with the Broncos. Again, slot corner still an issue. Marcus Jones played actually a quarter of his reps in the slot. He doesn't need to play in the slot, but he might be worth it. You could definitely go after a guy later on in the draft. It's just tough for me. It's really tough for me right now because I really want to take a corner, but the value just really drops off. And so I think I'm going to take a tackle. We're going to take Jackson Kirkland. His upside is just too good to pass on. I haven't seen Andrew Stuber. Is he their left tackle? Because I like their left. Oh, he's a right tackle. I do not like the right tackle. He got destroyed. Yeah, not going to be drafting him. Watched a bit of Michigan tape, especially when I was looking at some pass rushers like Arnold Ebiketie. So 76, I think that the Texans should probably be rocking with a wide receiver if they could find one. Fortunately, I don't think anybody's worth this pick. Whew, let's go running back. Let's do it. I think Isaiah Spiller fits perfectly with what this team wants. I'd rather go James Cook personally, but I think Isaiah Spiller is going to get that hype as a 3-down running back, and he fits exactly what the Texans are looking for. 77 with the Browns. Have we taken Travis Jones yet? I think we did. We did. So, unfortunately, that's not going to work for us. Fedarian Mathis might be worth it, though. Linebacker-wise, Darian Beavers is on the board, and he's very good value. I have him as like an early 3, and he is a tremendous player. I know Anthony Walker's on a 1-year deal. It's a great spot for him. 78, I think this is Zachary Carter here. I think, like, you just see, I could totally see Florida players just working well, to be fair, though, you could go a right tackle. Let's do it. Let's go Abe Lucas. Abe Lucas is a very good tackle out of Washington State. And you know what? It's fun. It's fun to watch. He's able to match up against even KT pretty well. and he's very large. So he fits exactly what they're looking for. And the guys later in this class are not that bueno. 79 with the Giants. This probably is going to be a tight end. Just going to be honest. It's probably going to be Jeremy Ruckert, but we could look at James Cook here or Breece Hall. Breece Hall is so good. We're going to go Breece. Let's go Breece Hall. I love him. Probably should have went to the Texans, but I think Isaiah Spiller fits him a little bit more. Kind of screwing over the cards here, but we're going to go another run on running backs. We're going to go James Cook. I think he's an excellent back worth a second round pick, and he's going to definitely increase the volatility of the dangerousness of this defense, not volatility. They're just more, there's a word that's escaping my head right now, but the Steelers are on the board. I think corner is certainly an issue for them. If Kobe Bryant were on the board, I'd probably take him. Fortunately, we did not, but honestly, that kind of leads me to want to take an offensive lineman. We could go after a center like Alec Lindstrom, who's very good in the run game, but I'm not that big of a fan of him. That's not the vibe right now. So given that, I think a corner might be the right move. And you got Jermaine Waller here. I like Mikael Wright. I do. Call me crazy, but I think he's actually a lot better than people think he is. 82 with the Ravens. I think that this could be a great spot to steal a high-end edge like Cam Thomas. Yes, I think that he has a lot of upside, and this is a team that can access all of it. 83 with the Vikings. I think this is a good spot to potentially look at linebacker as well. Pretending Henry To'oTo'o is not going to be coming out, I can see a guy like Jack Campbell taking the cake for this team. You are looking for another linebacker to step in. He's a high-impact linebacker and definitely somebody you should have on your radar. 84, the Chargers. This is a good spot for a guy like Josh Pascal. Very large edge with a lot of explosiveness. I don't like how inconsistent he was on the tape that I've seen, but this is where you take a guy with a lot of upside. Sam Williams also is probably going to be taken very soon, but we're taking these guys right now. Sam Williams, the only reason I have him down here is that he got, there we go. He got a sexual battery charge. Of course, it was dropped, but again, it's out there. 85 with the Colts. This probably should be a wide receiver. And I think Romeo Doubs is the best thing you have. He's a good deep threat. He's a guy who can definitely add a little bit of versatility to the offense and somebody who it's kind of a big need at this point. 86 with the Bills. I think this could be a good spot for a running back, but there's just nobody worth it. So for me, I think probably the next position I'd look at is corner. And I go with the guy who's probably the best corner on the board. That's Jermaine Waller out of Virginia Tech. So yeah, I'm going to definitely lock up that 10 out of 10 times. 87 with the Niners. This is a good spot to get another edge, man. You got Logan Hall here. You got, I don't like Zach Harrison, but Sam Williams out of Ole Miss. This is just way too good to pass up on him. I have a second round grade. He actually graded out better on paper than a guy like David Ojabo. And that's not, again, David Ojabo has shown a lot of development, which is a big plus for him. But Sam Williams, I have him worth the second round pick. 88 with Washington. We're actually back with Washington. That's fun. I think they could go a linebacker here. They could, because Channing Tindall is somebody who deserves a little bit of respect here, and he could work really well on this team. Whew. I mean, to be honest, I don't even know where to go right here. This is the first one that's stumping me, because there's usually just amazing players. There's a great tight end here, and I could see some teams trying to move up for a tight end. And honestly, I can't see too many. The Eagles could be trying to move around this spot, but again, they're not going to be trading from the 5th to the 3rd. That'd just be ridiculous. Whew, this is interesting. Honestly, we're going to take one of my favorite guys in the class. I didn't think that he was worth a 3rd round pick, but at this point, he could be really fun as a boundary. Let's take a shot on him. Xavier Hutchinson. Let's add a little bit of oomph to this offense, man. I do like him quite a bit. He's 6'3". He's young. He stands out as a really dominant threat out of Iowa State. So I like it. 89. This is going to be either Weidermeyer or Rooker. I think that I like Rooker a little bit more than Weidermeyer. Just Weidermeyer is more dangerous in the red zone. So I like the blocking upside of Rooker, which again is what you guys probably drafted in Drew Sample, leaving Weidermeyer to this team. So again, if you want to switch it, do your thing. But For me, that's going to be it right there. This was another team that could have taken one of those two guys, but the cards are on the board, and I think they could be going tight end still here. You could go after a corner here, though. Nehemiah Pritchett is very solid. He's young. He's fast. He's dangerous. Honestly, it's a late third. So let's just take it on a corner. Worst case scenario, he's a depth player, and that's far from a bad thing. For the Buccaneers, I think linebacker should be something you look at. And Channing Tindall is somebody who I like quite a bit. He's on, I think he's on Mel Kiper's top 10 as well. So getting a guy like Channing Tindall is definitely worth it with Levante David looking like he's coming closer to the end of his career. Not like he's sucking, but again, he's getting older. For the Patriots, honestly, I think Isaiah Foskey should be saying he returns, but we're going to assume he comes out on this one. This is a guy that has unlimited potential. He's crazy athletic and he can cover as well. I think this is a team that could probably make him work. 94 with the Cowboys. I think this could be Khalil Shakir. I don't think that'd be a bad option. And honestly, that's where we're going to take it. He's a very good route runner. I think he's very solid after the catch as well. He's going to be a fun player for Dallas, and it's a good guy to just slot in. Number 95 with the Chiefs. This is a fun one. For the Chiefs, honestly, I might go edge rusher again because you do have more players on the board that are really good. We're going to go Logan Hall here out of Houston. Yeah, they're going two edges. Again, it's a team that kind of needs that extra oomph, and you're also stealing it from the Packers. With the Packers on the board, I think you still have guys like Zachary Carter for Darian Mathis on the board. We're going to go Zachary Carter. Really good edge D-line hybrid out of Florida. If he's able to mold into whatever you want, I think he's worth it. Number 97. This is an interesting spot. I think this should just be best player available. Strong safety is just not valuable enough right now. You could go Jalen Petrie, though. You could. I don't think that would be a bad option. Would be like Verone McKinley, I'm going to say is returning. I love Verone McKinley. I think he's amazing. I think just as a redshirt sophomore, he should return. Tyke Smith also returning, guys. Not from me. He actually is returning. This is a team that, honestly, let's go with Nye Smith. Yeah, I like it. He's not a running back. He's a wide receiver running back hybrid, kind of like a lower grade version of Wan'Dale Robinson. I do like him a lot. Number 98 with the good old Saints. I think that this is a good spot to test out a guy like Zach Harrison, who has a lot of athletic potential, just has not reached it. He's my lowest graded edge so far, not named Isaiah Foskey. So 99 back with the Saints. I think Onyemata might be coming up on a contract sometime soon as well. But going after a guy like Alontae Taylor just makes a ton of sense to me. Tariq Woolen as well deserves a little bit of hype in here. Just he has a pretty high catch rate at this point and a lot of touchdowns put on him. 100. This is probably going to be a running back pick for me. I think that's the right move. And a guy like Zamir White out of Georgia fits perfectly with it. Just a good ass power back to just pull right through to get your Malcolm Brown for this team. Rams, honestly, this could be Alec Lindstrom with the tackles on the board. Not very happy with any of them. I'll go with Kellen Dyche or Bina Eze. So I'm going to go Kellen Dyche. I usually do it. Again, Arizona State, pretty close. They probably had a lot of eyes on him a lot. So we'll go with that. For the Ravens, I think, honestly, this could be a corner. And Tariq Woolen is just ridiculously talented. And that's actually a great way to end off the third, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys on the far side. Peace.